Hey gamers, Gecko here. We have something we need to talk about that I'm actually a little bit late to the story on. I apologize, I had a very busy week last week. Hopefully that will be corrected this week. But if you don't know, Marvel Tokon is set to come out in about a month. At the start of August, the game comes out and is available to play for everyone, as long as you purchase it, obviously. And going up to its release, it's had a lot of positive press. Ever since the last set of characters was revealed, a lot of people have been very excited, and a lot of positive talk has been coming out about the game. However, there is a slight issue that has arisen. On Steam, Marvel Tokon has been banned in over 100 countries. This is because of a rule that Sony has implemented in the game in which if you play online, or just play the game in general, you need a PlayStation Network account, even if you're not playing on PlayStation. Since PSN isn't available in every single region in the world, this means that if there's regions that aren't able to have a PSN account, they can't buy the game. In fact, they can't play it at all. This isn't the first time that Sony's done this. They actually did this several years ago with Helldivers 2. The difference being that that was never stated up front. It was something that was added later after people already bought and played the game. I don't remember the outcome on this. I remember there being a massive backlash and Sony stepping down from the decision. But I don't know if they then added it again later just in silent, and because the game wasn't as popular anymore, people were a little bit quiet about it. I genuinely can't remember. But that same ruling is now affecting Marvel Tokon, which is very fucking funny, because several of the countries that were banned were housing EVOs that were going to be happening next year. There was going to be tournaments in their country with Marvel Tokon in it, but they can't buy or play Marvel Tokon. And that was the story pretty much as of last week. Since then, Sony has revised a bit of this. A couple of the countries, mainly the ones that have EVOs coming to them, have been allowed to still purchase the game, but it's not a flat, everyone can buy it, no PSN inclusion. There are still banned countries, at least to my knowledge. Honestly, it's pretty fucking stupid. The fact that there's still a list of countries, even after they've removed a couple of them, that just can't play the game, is really dumb. Like, I miss when video games were just like, oh, you could just buy it and play it, and there was none of this bullshit attached to it. But hey-ho, this is the fucking reality that we live in, I guess. But that on its own only affects some countries. There's a general sort of hand-waving from a couple of people where, yeah, I can't play Marvel Tokon in Venezuela, but hey, I'm not in Venezuela. So people would probably ignore that. But unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that this isn't the only reason that Sony has angered people recently. Yes, we're finally talking about Sony trying to get rid of physical games. If you are somehow out of the loop, Sony announced that at, I believe, the start of 2028, they are going to be completely stopping the manufacturing of physical games. The only way that you will be able to buy a game for PlayStation is by getting a digital license off of the PlayStation Network, be it getting a key or getting it directly from Sony. This is bad. Like, really bad. A lot of ink has already been spilled, a lot of words have already been said about why this is bad, so I'm gonna try and keep this brief, but by making it so that there is no physical version of a game, it means that people don't really get to own the games anymore. Sony has clauses in their terms and services where they are able to remove licenses for any product that people buy on PSN, basically with very little notice. This also gives them an actual monopoly on the price of video games. Not only does this mean that there is no other alternative for people to go and buy games, like a secondhand game store, it means that Sony is able to set the price of the games however they want, whenever they want. There's already been talks of intentions of Sony putting dynamic pricing on video games to make it so that people that they think want a specific game will end up paying more than other people. And also, I can't emphasize this bit enough, you don't own the game. It is a digital license that you are taking from their servers that they can revoke at basically any time. You're essentially paying for the right to enjoy the game instead of paying to own the game, if that makes sense. It's fucking bullshit. Like, genuinely. As someone who's played games for his entire life and has had a very strong connection with the secondhand market because, listen, I've been broke a lot of times in my life, and sometimes the only way I can get my hands on games is by going to a secondhand shop and buying years-old games. Yeah, this fucking sucks. It's fucking stupid. And a lot of people are very rightly angry about it. I, for one, have already had a disdain for the fact that physical media has slowly been taken away from us. Like, do you know how fucking hard it is to buy, like, an actual physical game and have all of it be on the disc? I've been so pissed ever since, like, the fucking PS3 era where, like, day one patches fixed the game. Like, fucking... But a lot of people are very obviously rightly pissed about this decision. And it's leading to a general boycott against Sony, which is good. I'm not framing this as like a, oh no, think of the developer. No, fuck this. This is good. Stop fucking paying for shit on PlayStation. But it's gonna have a negative impact on Tocon. Two of these things can be true at the same time. Tocon is the newest and the latest release from Sony. Yes, Arc System Works are developing it, and Marvel is obviously giving out the licenses, but Sony has a big part to play in this. Sony have been shown to put themselves all over the marketing of this game. Anytime that Arxis has come up and talked about Marvel Tokon, Sony has also been there. Apart from maybe, like, I think the latest Evo, it might have just been Arxis. No, I think it was Sony as well. That also came up. They're very heavily tied together. It's essentially being pushed as a Sony product. So, if a lot of people are saying they don't want to deal with Sony's bullshit, they don't want to support anything that Sony's doing, you can kind of see where this is going. Considering the positive press around Tocon, and how, like, good the game has looked, and how well it's been received by fighting game and non-fighting game players alike, we'll get to that non-fighting game player a bit another time, don't worry about it. It is a little bit heartbreaking knowing that these stupid decisions are coming out right before the release of the game, and they could genuinely negatively impact it in a massive way. Fighting games have had this problem where there's been a couple of fighting games where there's been caveats, and there's been reasons to not want to play them that don't have to do with gameplay. Let's go with that. I think Tocon could find itself in that situation again. I still think the game is probably going to do well, but I do genuinely worry that it is going to be enough bad press to really fuck over the launch and make a couple of things just really sour the taste of the experience, you know? I'm still really looking forward to Tocon. I didn't cancel my pre-order or anything, which I know is not very ally-like of me, but also it's my job, you know? There's always a bit of a weird ethical crossroads when it comes to stuff like this. And if you want to hear me talk about that, you should come to the Twitch right now. We're streaming. I've got loads of stories about shit like that. I do kind of hope the game still does well, but it is becoming quite hard to support Sony as they're doing all of this annoying bullshit. We will have to see what happens. Again, this is still an ongoing story. A couple of countries did get removed from the no-no list that Sony put up, and hopefully if there's enough of a backlash, all of them will be removed, and hopefully if there's even more enough of a backlash, they'll keep making actual fucking video games. If buying isn't owning, I wonder how that affects other concepts that we have. We will never know. But yeah, that's about it from me. I know that this was a very ragtag dash through of the situation, but it's kind of fucked. Like I said, I've been a bit out of the loop this week. I've basically not been on the internet. I've been doing other stuff. I was barbecuing yesterday. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. I'm sure you guys have some very fruitful thoughts to say about it. And if you want to come hang out, we're playing Strive tonight. I'm going to be talking to chat. Just enjoying being live again, because it's fucking awesome. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all next time. Bye-bye!